My advice to Mr. President, don't sit down and whitewash coalition members. So don't go and write them off because learn your lessons from what happened in 2023 when Peter Obi was written off and they were the shocker of every one of you guys that contested the election. So don't write them off by just bluffing and saying that they are doing coalition to remove themselves. No, they are doing coalition to remove you, Mr. President. You are the one they are doing coalition for. So don't whitewash it or don't water it down. They are coming for you. If Tinubu want to know whether the coalition is working to remove themselves or to remove him, let them make the election free, fair, and credible. And then, at the end of the day, we will know how far. Hello, my people. Welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. A few days ago, in an interview held by El Rufai, he said that the coalition is working towards removing the urban bandits. And who are the urban bandits? Those in leadership position, in the Aso and the crews, the ministers and whatever, the cabinet. So that the objective of the coalition is to send the urban bandits back home. That is what he said. And now, I think in another development where the president was commissioning a project in Nasarawa State, and during his speech, he made some certain remarks concerning the coalition. According to what he said that the governor of Nasarawa State is working, and himself as the president is also working, and that APC is the new home. And he said that those who claim to be a coalition, that they are just political IDPs, political displaced persons, So from what he said, I was like, what exactly does Mr. President mean? So he went further to say that all their efforts, building a coalition and all that is for them to remove themselves, not him. So, but I pictured those statements in different perspectives. So, but before I go into those perspectives of where I pictured what Mr. President said vis-a-vis, what El Rufai said in his interview the other day, if you are new to my channel, please kindly like and share this video and also subscribe to my channel and press on the notification bell so that when my next new video drop, you'll be among those to be notified. All right, so that you will get all these videos as it is hot. Now, I will look into the dimensions of what came out of those few words the president said in that meeting, and then we'll be able to conclude on this video. But before we go into that, let's play this this video showing where Mr. President was making those remarks in terms of those forming the coalition and how the APC is the new home. Let's take a look on that video. I will be right back to dissect every other thing. Don't go away.
Sule is doing well because Bola Tinubu is doing well too. Those who have triggered the alley politics and the perdition of coalition, suddenly, just don't pay them any attention. They are the political IDPs. Don't give them a home. The hope is here. Sule is doing well. We will support whatever a Governor Sule brings about to work harder for the prosperity and renaissance of Nasarawa State. That's what we stand for. I'm not geared for what they try to pull on me, only political campaign. But who is a politician who will keep quiet when the gangsterism are forming a coalition to unseat themselves?
All right, welcome back. Now you heard what the president said. Well, most of the times he talk humorously and stuff like that. But I think this is just a political banterism. That's the way I call it. When this side speaks, this side responds and stuff like that. So, but I don't know what it means that the governor of Nasarawa State is working and that him, Mr. President, is also working. Well, they have right to say what they want to say, but I think when you want to know who is working, there are yardsticks to measure development, right? When you talk about the HDI, the Human Development Index, you talk about the achievement in the health sector, the achievement in the education sector. You look at literacy rates and other development indices. In terms that somebody is working is not basically anchored on building a flyover, all right, or tiling a road. There are critical developmental indices that need to be measured before you come to that conclusion. So, but in Nigeria, Once somebody turn one road or rebuild one hospital or do 5 flyovers, it will be on news. They will call Mr. President to come and commission, and it becomes news. The question is, why are you there as a governor? Why are you there as a president? You are there to deliver democratic dividends, and which includes tackling poverty. So when you are saying the governor of Nasarawa State is working, what is the poverty rate in Nasarawa State? That is number one. What is the literacy rate in Nasarawa State? That's number two. What is the maternal and child mortality rate in Nasarawa State? And what is the standard of living in that state? So these are part of the things that you need to measure to be able to draw a conclusion to say that somebody is working. Because whatever you are doing, if it's not changing the lives of the people, is a waste of resources. Because development is all about improving the welfare of the people after you have secured their lives and properties. So what is the security situation? So these are the factors that you're going to look into before you draw such conclusions. So I don't draw conclusion that somebody is building bridges and flyover that the person is working. Yes, they are part of infrastructural development that can help to open up, the areas. But looking at Nigerian situation today, the basic thing Nigerians need is their welfare to be improved and security of their lives and properties. These are the two key things that they want to see first before any other thing. All right. So that's one aspect of it. Then he said that APC is the new home. Yes, we know that many people have been the campaign, incumbent governors who are seeking second tenure at the campaign to APC. We have seen some members of Labour Party, lawmakers in the Senate. One of them has decamped, to APC a few days ago and all that. And now they feel that APC is the new home. The point is, what is in that home? What is the value that home commands? What are their core values? What have they delivered to this country for the past 10 years that they have been in power? Buhari served 8 years. This president has served 2 years. That's 10 years. They are in the 11th year as a party. So what can we say that they have delivered? How have they improved the lives of the people? So that's where you start coming from before you are talking about that APC is the new home. I don't know the people they are home for. I don't know. But the fact remains that politics is all about banterism, talking whatever you want to talk to mesmerize the people or to make people laugh or whatever it is that they want to achieve. But the main thing or the main choker is going to be the 2027 election. I know it's going to go in two parts, and that's why I keep asking the chairman of INEC to do the right thing in 2027 to ensure that only those who actually win election are declared winners. Let me, flash you back in 2023. Remember how, even including El Rufai, Mallam Nasir El Rufai, then we are saying that Peter Obi cannot even win a ward. He cannot win 1,000 votes, not to talk of that is not an issue to discuss. Peter Obi is nothing to discuss about because he cannot even win anything. But at the end of the election, in as much as there are a lot of glitching by INEC that brought out the final result, all right, even at that, Peter Obi, which is a shocker to all of them, he defeated the incumbent president in his own state, in Lagos State, the same state they said he built, the same state he has all the clouds. Peter Obi came there, defeated him. Peter Obi defeated him inside Aso Rock. Remember, it is their party, APC, that was the president at that time, under President Muhammadu Buhari. Peter Obi defeated them inside that Aso Rock. Defeated them in FCT, the Abuja capital, as a whole. The same man, they said, he cannot win any vote. He's nobody. He cannot win anything. They are just making noise. They are just few people on social media tweeting. That's what they labeled him at that time. In fact, El Rufai is among one of the key critics of Peter Obi then, that he cannot win anything. But at the end of the day, he surprised them. And many people still believe today that he's the winner of that election, in as much as he was allocated the third position by INEC after the glitching. So when you look at the way they underrated him and the impact he made, don't forget that till today, his name is still there, causing nightmare to them, in as much as this government have been inside the leadership for 2 years, but they still not let him go. Every day they hear the name of Peter Obi, they still panic because of the impact he made. The same mistake is what the same President Bola Tinubu is about to make. He's writing the coalition off. Oh, that they are political IDPs, that is political internally displaced persons. That's what he labeled them. Say that they are doing coalition to remove themselves. So which means whatever they are doing cannot affect him, has nothing to do with him, that no matter how they come together, that they cannot unseat him. That's exactly the conclusion of what he was saying. But it's two things. If the election go free and fair and credible, Mr. President will be out in 2027. Write it down. Unfortunately, we know that people's vote does not count when it comes to Nigerian electoral system. The only time I can, say that people's vote counted was in 2015 when Jonathan was removed. There was like overwhelming support to remove Jonathan and bring in a new government. which brought us on our knees today. So in 2027, I think the people need to be wiser by then. But the problem is, will people's vote count? That is the question. Because even in 2023, people's vote did not count. The system was shut down. They call it glitched. That is why they were unable to upload results. And they went and brought out the one they have already cooked. And that's what it is. There's no gainsaying on that. Even Dino Melaya was contested that what you're announcing is not what we have from our polling unit agents. Where did you get what you're announcing? They wanted to even arrest Dino Melaya. And they now announce whatever they announce and ask people to go to court. So when you look at the permutations in 2023, that is the same game they want to play in 2027. And even in a more broadened manner, because now they are in charge. And now they have already fixed their people as INEC recs and electoral officers and what have you. So it will be difficult. That's why I keep telling the coalition and the other parties, instead of sitting down doing coalition, doing all this, pursue serious electoral reforms. If you guys can get into the law the key important things, such as IREV being electronic collation center, as they are uploading, the result is updating itself in real time. People can see it. All electoral officers are transmitting result real time from their polling unit. Immediately, result is counted and signed by the agent. They upload it real time. Should be there as a law. All right. Then voter ID must be a law. Again, holding INEC responsible to release electoral result within 5 days or 7 days that the result was declared, and all electoral materials be released to every political party, so that any of their candidates that want to go to court can have access to the material to file, their petition in court, right? Again, electoral offenses tribunal commission should be established to prosecute those who violate the electoral laws, and so many other things, that need to be done. So they can put all these things together and pass it as a law, and president should sign it into law. Then that is when, if you are talking about who wins 2027 election, then we can be talking about that. But for now, if the electoral system remains the same as it was in 2023, or by virtue of what Supreme Court judgment is all about, then forget it. 2027, Tinubu remains as the president. That's the truth of the matter. So as they are doing coalition, they should focus more on the most important critical things which needed to be done. So for Tinubu to be telling you that all their coalition is not about him, is for them to remove themselves. That is to say, he has a thick skin that whatever they throw at him, he's ready to repel it. It means he's confident about something. That's something we will know as the journey gets closer. He's confident about something. There's something that is giving him that confidence that he will retain that position in 2027. So, and that is a fact. But the coalition and other parties need to do the right thing. But one more thing remains. If INEC chairman can be an unbiased umpire, then no matter what the president has planned, the coalition or other parties can say, take him out. It happened to Jonathan. He was taken out because Jega established a standardized system that worked at that time. That system can still work again. All right. And the members of the National Assembly has a role to play. So these guys need to start doing their lobbying in the National Assembly to ensure that proper things are done. What we care about is let the people's vote count. All right. If you recall, in El Rufai's interview a few days ago, he said that the coalition will remove the urban bandits. And he said, don't vote for who I talk about. Use yourself as a yardstick to measure. What was your life before and what is your life today? Are you better off today than you were during Buhari's administration or during Jonathan's administration? If your answer is yes, that you are better off today, why not vote for the incumbent president? Let him continue. But if you feel, no, my life is not better off today than it was previous years ago, then you know the right thing to do. You vote for another candidate. Give another candidate a chance, to come in and see what they can do to salvage, the system. So, but we don't know yet how this whole thing is going to play out. Even in the coalition, they may still have their problems when the time comes in terms of who drops his ambition for the other and who are they going to field as their candidate. Now they are just at the grassroots trying to build, a base, which is the All Democratic Alliance, which they are already submitted to INEC for registration. And they are also trying to see how they, get another party on board so that if that one didn't, go through, they can move into an existing party to leverage that party as a platform to be able to do what they intend to do. But the fact remains that Nigerians are suffering, things are difficult, things are hard, there's no job, people goes to university, comes out, there's no job. Nothing is working. Electricity is beyond, the average Nigerians today as we speak. So are we talking about the exchange rate and all that? So subsidy was removed. There's no way to cushion the impact on the people. So people were just thrown out under the bus, when this government came on board. So we don't know how things are going to turn around between now and 2027. But I'm not seeing that clear path. I'm not seeing that clear direction, that will show that there's going to be an improvement between now and 2027. 2025 is almost gone. We already have 2025. We just have 6 months left. We go into 2026. So by mid 2026, election preparation for 2027 will be in full gear. So what Nigeria just need is between now, June 2025 to June 2026, let there be governance, things that can change their life. Let government start implementing policies, programs, and projects that will change their life. You see National Assembly the other day crying that their constituency projects were not kind of funded. So on whose interest is the constituency projects? On whose interest? That's what they are shouting. They are not shouting about other projects. They focus more on their own constituency project. So that is the problem. There are a lot of selfish leaders in Nigeria. There are a lot of them. Nobody cares about anybody. People care about themselves and what they can grab for being in that position. So look at the guy in Labour Party, the chairman of Ethics and the Privileges Committee in the Senate, Nada Maswen, who they come from Labour Party to APC. They are the people that the Labour Party people were like, oh, okay, they have gotten like 8 legislators that they will start helping, gradually and start making some impact and stand differently. Well, see them today. They come from the party. So that's why I have advocated that in the constitution, they should put it there that the moment you enter any political party and win a seat and go into that position, if you decamp, you lose your seat. It does not matter whether you're a governor, whether you're a senator, whether you're a House of Rep member, State House of Assembly, or whoever you are, including president. You can't use one party and come to limelight and you just dump that party and take all the glory, all their effort and move to another party. That's unfair to the political party. So I've been an advocate of you should decamp, you lose your seat. Yes, finish that tenure, then you can decamp. But if you're in that position and you decamp, you lose your seat. That's the same way it was for State House of Assembly. I don't know why it wasn't so for the federal, for the Senate and National Assembly members. It should be the same, both for governor, for president, and whoever is elected. When you move to a new party, you lose your position. Because you can't carry the effort of one party and just transfer it to another party. It's not transferable. So they need to look into this and resolve, these kind of issues. So my advice to Mr. President, don't sit down and watch coalition members. So don't go and write them off, because learn your lessons from what happened in 2023 when Peter Obi was written off and they were the shocker of every one of you guys that contested the election. So don't write them off by just bluffing and saying that they are doing coalition to remove themselves. No, they are doing coalition to remove you, Mr. President. You are the one they are doing coalition for. So don't whitewash it or don't water it down. They are coming for you. That's exactly what it is. So if you want to know, just wait. You will see it happen in 2027. So don't continue responding. Focus on delivering the result. You already have the power. So I don't know why you are behaving as someone that is still looking for power. The power is already in your hand. Use it to help the people. Use it to change the lives of the people. When it's time for politicking, then that time will come. So oppositions or coalition people, they don't have the power. So they are just doing their strategy on how to get the power. But you already have it. That is the point. So, Mr. President, shine your eye. So if you think that all is well, that you guys will just return to power just like that, like the governor of Akwa Ibom, who they come to APC saying he wants a smooth sail. It may not be a smooth sail for him on that day when the time comes. We have seen incumbents being defeated several times. So my point remains that it is supposed to be the result that you are delivering that will determine if you are going to be re-elected. But today in Nigeria, it's not about the result you deliver. It's about your ability to control INEC. It's about your ability to rig election. It's about your ability to manipulate things. That's how people return to position. But the ideal thing should be, what have you delivered when you were there? The number of years you spent, what are the results? What are your achievements? That is what determines if people will vote for you or not. But because of the kind of politicking that we do in our country, people do anything necessary for them to retain that position or get into that position. That is the problem. That is not democracy anymore. I still maintain the position that if Tinubu want to know whether the coalition is working to remove themselves or to remove him, let them make the election free, fair, and credible. And then, at the end of the day, we will know how far. That is what it is. So guys, I know you may have your comments. I know you may think what I'm thinking. I know you may have different views or different opinion. The comment section is open for you. So kindly put your comment in the comment section. And I'm going to respond to each of those, comments that needed a response. All right. And then if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like and share this video and also subscribe to my channel. and put on the notification bell so that once my next new video drops, you will be among those to be notified. You need to get this video as it is hot. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. I'm signing out. Do have a wonderful day.